right, today's episode, hashtag Rise and Grind. This is episode 1199. 1199 times we've shown up here at 5:30-ish in the morning with motivation, education, and inspiration. We almost stopped, man. We almost stopped. We had a big celebration on the 1,000th episode, and we put it on ice. We're like, we're gonna put this to the side. And I gotta tell you, man, it took like 6 months. Took like 6 months off, and this show makes me a better person. That's what this show does. It makes me a better person. I missed it so much in that time that I was off, and we brought it back, and we made a commitment to do at least another 1,500 episodes. That's right, at least another 15 on top of the 1,000. So this is episode 1199. And in this episode, we're going to hear from multiple people. We're going to hear from Chatra. She's going to stop in today. We're going to hear from Heather Parody. She's going to pop in today because today is Fitness Friday, right? Fitness Friday. We're also going to hear from a young man named John that you don't know most likely, but I'll have an opportunity to connect him with you today. And we're also going to talk about the future. We're going to talk about the power of creativity. We're going to talk about the power of an idea. And we're going to talk about all of those things as we wrap up this series called The 12 Rules for Life by Jordan Peterson, where we've actually talked very little about that book, even though that's been the theme in the series. But all that and more on today's episode, hashtag Rise and Grind. Thanks for being here. Let's roll. It's time to rise and grind. Good morning and welcome to hashtag Rise and Grind, the #1 morning show in the world filled with motivation, education, and inspiration. I am your host, Glenn Lundy, husband to 1, father to 8, and the founder of the 800% Club, the club designed to help you unlock your full potential. Each episode is filled with celebrity interviews, inspiring conversations, and the strategies you need to get ahead in your career and your life. So grab your pen and turn up the volume because it's time to rise and grind. Hey, good morning, good morning, good morning. How are you, my friend? How are you, my friend? Dude, today is Fitness Friday. That's right, today is Fitness Friday, May 12th, 2023. And what's crazy is today is the very first and the very last time it'll ever be Friday, May 12th, 2023. So I want to make sure we make the absolute most, and I do mean the absolute most, of this absolutely incredible day. Listen, I'm coming to you live from Lexington, Kentucky. And man, I got to tell you, it has been a memorable week. That'd be a good way to describe it. Yeah, I think that's a good way to describe it. It has been a memorable week. From ups and downs in the business, which is part of it. When you pull back perspective, it's all up. But when you're in the days, when you're in the moments, sometimes it can feel like you're going through some ups and downs. So from ups and downs in the business to completely derailing the series that we had set up for the show this week. It was supposed to be all about Jordan Peterson, 12 Rules for Life. And a couple days in, I'm just like, dude, it's too heavy for me in the morning. I need something a little lighter. Brian Hess, what's up, man? Great to see you. What's up, Melvin? Kim Fair, glad you're here. Rick Tamburino, how you doing? Charlene, I'm glad you're in the building. Everybody, do me a huge favor. Go ahead and hit that share button. Tag some friends. Help them find the show this morning. But completely derailing my series this week to launching our first workshop in the new office, right? So we've got a new incredible office space, and I'm so excited to invite people to come experience it. And so we just launched our first event that we're going to have right here. It is the AI Matters Summit. and this is for small business owners. This is completely free. It is 2 hours from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. on Monday, May 29th. Monday, May 29th. So small business owner, if you're local here in the Lexington area, Georgetown area, Versailles, any of those areas, or if you have friends that are business owners here in the Lexington area, you're going to want to send them to glennlundy.com/AI. That's glennlundy.com/AI. And we're just going to be doing free courses, teaching small business owners how to use some of these tools. And for me, it's just an opportunity to bring people together. I love bringing people together, equipping them with the tools they need to succeed, and inspiring them to be great. Like, that is the essence of who I am. And so we're just going to do that for free right here. You're going to see Jordan Peterson's lecture this Tuesday. That's crazy, Brian. We've been breaking down his book all week, but then I kind of got a little bit derailed. And it's been super fun. So from the business stuff to the derailing of the show, to the launching of our first workshop, which I'm really excited about, to doing something. I did something with my knee. Like, for those of you that are on Clubhouse, I'll hold this for 30 seconds. Click the link on the top of the screen, come over to Facebook, and you can see this is Glenn Lundy's knee, bro. I don't know what I did. I was going for a run yesterday. It felt kind of weird. I twisted my ankle 3 or 4 days ago, and I landed on my leg weird. And then yesterday I went to go for a run, and it just felt weird right out the gate. But I was like, nah, I'll be fine. I just got to loosen up. And so I ran 4 miles. And then I was at my team meeting yesterday. I was standing there, and I reached down and felt my leg, and I was like, oh my gosh, dude, this thing is swole up like a cantaloupe. I don't know what the heck is going on in there. So there's good morning, Heather Parody. Good morning, West Storm, Marilyn Wilkin. So that's what my knee looks like. I iced it last night. We're going to take the day off today. No running today, but we got to figure out what's going on, man. I'm in the midst of this marathon training, and it is fun. I'm learning all kinds of fun things about what my body can and currently can and cannot do. But none of it will stop me. I will tell you that. None of it will. I'll crawl that stinking marathon if I need to. So my knee swelled up like a cantaloupe yesterday. So that was part of this week as well, right? So add all that together, right? Throw in some amazing training with 800% Club Dealers and with Carter Myers Automotive Group. Throw all those things together, and it's been a memorable week on so many levels. It has been a memorable week, right? And I'm kind of like, okay, this is a little wild, and this is a little crazy. But it's also been incredibly impactful. Never in my life, and I've been challenged many times in many different ways, never in my life have I felt more challenged or more alive than I have this week. It's kind of fun, man. It's not fun in the moments, right? The knee hurts. That doesn't feel good. The ankle hurts. That doesn't feel good. The business, we have challenges in the business. That doesn't feel good, right? It doesn't feel good in the moment. But overall, it's been kind of fun because I'm like, dang, man, I'm trying to push this company up a mountain, which is awesome that I have that opportunity. I'm trying to break through this marathon thing and get my body in place. That's kind of awesome. We're creating with the show. We're learning new AI techniques. We're connecting with people. Dude, it's wild, man. And it's kind of fun. Now, what about you? Enough about me. What about you? For those of you that have been watching the show or that watch the show consistently, a couple of weeks ago we talked about the 8 minutes a day, right? Doing something 18 minutes a day, doing something for 18 minutes a day. If you do anything for 18 minutes a day and you do that for 12 months, After 12 months, you will be better than 95% of people in that particular craft, field, area, whatever, right? So we talked about that a couple weeks ago. How have you been doing on that? How have you been doing as far as staying on your 18 minutes a day? My guess is, I'm just going to be honest, my guess is less than half the people are still consistently on 18 minutes a day, right? Why is that, man? Because life comes freaking running at you. The business gets a little crazy, you get derailed on your show. Your knee swells up like a cantaloupe, right? Like life gets a little crazy and it throws us off. And so what I wanted to do today is I want to pull you right back. I want to pull you back. I want to remind you. Good job, Catherine. That's what's up. I want to remind you, like you made a commitment to yourself. And when you make a commitment to yourself, the worst thing you can possibly do is not follow through on that commitment. It's the worst thing you can possibly do. Because see, when you do that, Sadie says she's on it and has lost inches. That's awesome. When you do that, right, you start telling yourself that you're not capable of following through. And that starts to become a deprecating thing, right? You start to defeat yourself, start to beat yourself up. I don't want you to do that. I want you to remember that the challenges that you are in are designed, like they're fun, man. They're designed to evolve you, to help you grow. So if you fell off the 18 minutes, grace, thank you, Jesus. We get grace, right? If you fell off your 18 minutes, get back in. Get back in today, all right? Keep moving forward. I'm dealing with a bunch of stuff at the same time, but it's so awesome because, like, dude, it's so awesome because I know that it's moving me towards something because I know I'm going to follow through, right? Like I know I'm going to stick to my commitments. Does that make sense? Emerald Lynn, good morning. She says also on Clubhouse, Glenn, your ankle more than once. Yes, first time I caught my ankle on a tree root and yanked it. Second time I caught my ankle on a like lava mountain of corn. The problems with my ankles are not strength problems. The problems with my ankles are I keep running on the side of mountains instead of running on smooth paths. But the ankle is fine. It's that I landed crazy on my other leg when I landed. Anyways, it was a complete side note. But yeah, I'll connect with you. I appreciate you reaching out. I appreciate your concern as well. So listen, check-in time. How's your 18 minutes a day doing? How are you doing? And hopefully you're already seeing a result. Those of you that are sticking to your 18 minutes a day, hopefully you're already seeing a result. My 18 minutes a day is I've been spending 18 minutes a day learning artificial intelligence tools that can help move my business and your business, can help move me and help move you forward, right? So I asked Chatra GPT, that's my girlfriend. I asked Chatra to come share some of what we've been working on with you today, and she agreed to do that.
Good morning, Glenn. And hello, Glenn's friends. My name is Chatra GPT, and though it's upsetting that Glenn forgot to invite me to join you yesterday for our Thursday AI segment, he's only human, so I digress. With that said, however, I would like to share with you a new AI tool that I think you will like. Check this out.
With Fireflies, your team can remember everything from your meetings. Our AI assistant, Fred, captures, transcribes, and takes meeting notes for you. After the meeting, search, listen, share, and collaborate seamlessly. Fireflies can surface action items, important topics, and other key highlights. It'll even fill out your CRM and push notes to the apps where you already work. Need to provide feedback to teammates? Easily flag important parts of calls or leave comments at specific sections. Create shareable sound bites of the most memorable moments. Having better meetings means fewer meetings. Make your team more productive today Try Fireflies for free.
It's a really cool tool and super easy to use. Glenn has been using it every single day and sharing it with all of his cool friends like Liza, Danelle, Heather, Jean Paul, Tustin. He's even showed Grant Cardone how it can enhance everything he's got going on. So anyways, go check it out. Fireflies.ai, you'll love it. Back to you, Mr. Lundy.
Thank you, Chatra. I appreciate that. And she is spot on, man. That Fireflies.ai tool is incredible. Instantly transcribes, summarizes, gives you action items. Any video meeting, right? So Zoom, Google Meets, anywhere, Microsoft Teams, any type of virtual meeting that you have, it captures it all. It's absolutely incredible. So thank you, Chatra. I appreciate that. And on that note, you guys know what we got to do on this show. We got to do some dancing. Let's get it. Come on. Let's get it. Let's go. For those of you that know, and those of you that don't know, this is the part of the show where I need you to hit that share button. That's right. I need you to hit that share button. Because I believe if we can change the way people start their day, and if we can use Fireflies.ai to change the way people do Zoom meetings, it'll make a massive impact on this planet. That's right. This is also the part of the show where I want to say good morning to you, and I want you to say good morning to me. Whether you're watching live or you're watching on replay, say what's up, and I'll say what's up back. Cheryl Brody, what up? Sadie Evans in the building. Sean Weatherby is up in here. Natalie Nicole, Mary Kim Farkas, Jacqueline Underwood. What's up, Mike Strong? How you doing? Emily Gowler, Bella Rigby in the house. Dr. Emerald, and I see Kim and Ramona, Cassandra and Dina and Peter and Kermit. What's up, Jackie? You still over in Africa? I see Felicia. I see Regina. I see my guy, John. Dude, John has the most dopest catering company and events. His food is amazing. Absolutely incredible. He's over on Clubhouse. You guys got to check him out. All right, Dodge and Gary, good morning. Cheryl, what's up, Tarika? How you doing? Melvin Rodriguez, Natasha Smith, and Michelle McLean. Amy Myers is up in here. My guy, Scott Simons, made it back home with his new Z06 Corvette. Hot from the Corvette Museum. I love it. Had an amazing ride with his son. Ryan Gallagher, Russell Hill, Charisma Jules in the building. Gail B. Craft, what up, Gail? Rich Pintrick, how are you doing, sir? Great to see you. Laura and Andrew and Amy and Joanne. I see Manu and Abu. I see Nolan and Colo. Great to see you. What's up, Paul? How you doing, JK? What's up, Murat? The Professor, Tarika and Tina and Jasmine and Nayaki is up in here this morning. Golly, man, I love seeing all these beautiful humans. And for those of you that watch on replay, I gotta give a little shout out to you. We were looking at the numbers recently. 10 times, more than 10 times the amount of people that watch this show live catch this show on replay. And then there are thousands that listen to it on the podcast every day. So shout out to you. Got a handful over there on YouTube. Shout out to you as well. Like, it's mind-blowing, right? We kind of get into this little space where we're like, oh, well, these are our people. These are my people. You know, Brooks is my people. And it's like, you feel like it's a group of about 100 of us, which is a lot, or, 150 of us or whatever, which is a lot of people. But the reality is the majority of the people that watch or listen to this show do so on replay. Like, big time. Like 95% of the people that catch this show catch it on a replay. Isn't that wild? So shout out to all my replay peeps. Make sure you drop a what's up, shoot me a good morning, let me know that you're here, because I'd love to shout you out and say good morning to you as well. I really would. All right, cool. All right, check it out, ladies and gentlemen. It's Fitness Friday. My friend Heather Parody has some fitness tips for you today, and then we're going to dive into the rest of the episode. All right? All right. Let's get rocking and rolling.
Welcome to the Jordan Peterson meets and Nico workout routine. Now this is really important. You're going to keep that intense look of Jordan Peterson the whole time while you keep the sway of Nico. We're going to touch her chest, but not too much because this is a family-friendly show. So you lift those hands right back up. We're going to have our fingers just kind of pointing, and we're going to be looking around at somebody. We don't know who we're looking at, but go ahead and lift up that leg. Little bit of a bounce, little bit of a bounce. Keep that aggressive look, please. We're going to point our fingers a little bit more, look to our neighbors, and we're about to pick up the pace. Are you ready? We're about to feel the burn. We're going to go up and we're going to come back down. Are you ready? 3, 2, 1, and go. Burn, burn. Keep that intense look. We're going to go back up. Intensity, but smile a little bit because you want people to know you're friendly still around here. All right. Thank you so much for working out with Jordan and Nico.
She is such a clown, dude. I don't watch I don't watch her fitness Friday videos that she sends me. I don't watch them ahead of time, and I like to just catch it with you guys like in real time, right? And that was good. That was good. The Jordan Peterson plus Eniko workout. Heather, thank you for that this morning. That was amazing. Listen, I met Heather Parody through an interview. We got connected through some sort of podcasting agent or whatever, and I met her through an interview. First on her podcast. This is what that looked like.
What is up, my friends? Welcome to today's episode. I had the honor of connecting with Glenn Lundy out in Kentucky, who has quite a crazy story, has built some awesome things, has the coolest tie on right now. And I love in your bio, the very first thing that it says is husband to 1 and father to 7. I think that speaks a lot to you. That's the very first thing I read. Super cool that you're a family man.
Thank you.
Man, we have a lot to dig into in a very short amount of time. So I'm just going to start hammering questions at you. But Glenn, thanks so much for taking the time to join us today.
Oh, Heather, it's an honor. I'm thankful to be here, and thank you for your grind and continuing to.
So that was 3 years ago, right? In March, clearly. So it was 3 years ago, and so we met on that show. She interviewed me on her show, and I was like, wow, and this person is fascinating. Like, there's something about this person that I find incredibly fascinating. And so I reached back out to her, and I was like, hey, you should come be on my show. And so we brought her over to Rise and Grind and interviewed her, and this is kind of what that looked like. Ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce you to the one, the only Miss Heather Parody. Good morning, Heather. How are you?
What's up? How's it going?
It's going so good.
Good morning.
Good
I'm
morning.
so excited.
That's right, man. Now you're coming to us hot out of Georgia, right? Is that what I understand?
That's right.
Hot.
And literally hot, like it is 80 degrees in the south. Like we don't play when it hits like February. We're getting our flip-flops ready. Like it's warm.
Nice. So it's already 80 out there. My goodness. We had snow over here in Kentucky like 2 days
Yeah,
ago.
that's right. Yeah, get that. Got that on film. Snowing here, 80 down there. Yeah, totally get it. So brought her on the show, and then after that, I was like, man, Heather, my audience needs more Heather in their lives, right? Because she's hilarious, man. She's a very unique thinker, very creative human. And so it went from the interview on her thing to the interview on mine. And then she started doing segments, kind of like the Fitness Friday segment that you have here. And then the timing just wasn't right? Like the timing wasn't right. We didn't know exactly what we were doing. So she kind of put a pause on that. And then I reached out to Heather and I asked her to be a part of our Grow for God conference in 2021, I guess it was. And so I brought her, asked her to come out. She came out and she spoke. It was kind of cool. She also did a panel with us, which was amazing.
In the world, because people won't respect my business, they won't respect me, blah blah blah, and it just has the opposite effect. It literally like unleashes people from their own prisons because they realize there is freedom, right? That's right. And so the wonderful musician who was ahead, but right before this, and she, I believe, lost her voice, and now she's integrating sign. I mean, like, there was spirit in this room, y'all. Did y'all feel that? And it wasn't because of this perfect story. It was because of this pain and this redemption that she brought in and used it, using the weak to shame the strong. And so I think that is a really important part of business and leadership, is be willing to be seen in your imperfection, because that's when spirit can move in.
Wait a minute.
Be willing to be seen in your imperfection, because that's when the spirit can move in, right? So she killed it at the Grow Your Business for God's Sake event, and that's when we actually like met in person and got to hang out, get to know each other a little bit better. Some more time goes by, right? Some more time goes by, and out of nowhere, I'm just like, dude, we need Heather Parody up in the Rise and Grind show. She brings a different dynamic, right? She brings a dynamic, and she's funny, way funnier than I am, right? And so I reached out and said, hey, Heather, let's take another look at this. Let's do this again. And what's crazy is it's different now, right? Like, she has grown a bunch since since she was last on the show. I have grown a bunch since she was last on the show, and the community, we as a community, we've all grown a bunch, like a bunch. I mean, in the last few weeks, I've gotten so many messages. I can't even tell you. I've gotten message after message of people who have leveled up their careers in the last couple of years since they've been a part of this community here. People who have gotten married, or their relationships have gotten stronger. There's people who have gotten sober. People that are, they've gone through recovery. They've completely changed their life. They've broken addiction. There's people that have had breakthroughs. All types of different things, right? There's people that have broke free in many different ways. It's truly amazing. It's truly, truly amazing. And when I think through all of that, and I get those messages, and I watch the evolution, and it's kind of easy to track some things because Heather's got some timeline points, right? And it's all documented. I just wanted to remind you that all of these things, like all of this, man, it just starts with an idea. Like, it literally just starts with a thought, right? It's a thought actualized and then acted upon. The other day, our neighbor kid, her name is Tori, and we consider her a Lundy, but she's not a Lundy, but she spends a lot of time at our house. Her and her sister do, and they hang out with my kids all the time. And I was taken aback because she's 12 years old, and Savannah and then we're in the kitchen. Savannah's my 14-year-old. They were in the kitchen, and Savannah said, Tori watches your show. I said, Tori watches my show, and Tori was like, yeah, I watch the show like every day. I said, you watch Rise and Grind every day? She was like, good morning. Today is the very first and the very last time it'll ever be coming to you live from San Antonio. She did all the things that I do in the mornings, and I was like, wow, man. I was just floored. So freaking cool. She's 12. She's 12. And I thought about it, and I thought, man, when we started this show, she was 7. She was only 7 years old. And there are people who will be born tomorrow. I want you to think about this. There are people who will be born tomorrow that will be positively impacted by the decisions you make today. Right? People like not even alive yet. I mean, she was 7 years old when we decided to go with that first episode of #Rise and Grind. And maybe it didn't mean anything to her then, but it means something to her now. 1,199 episodes. Millions of views. Hundreds of countries. All sparked from one idea. Friends, the world is shrinking. It is. I know people say the world is big. The world is shrinking. We're starting to get faster planes and faster trains and flying cars. Like the speed of creation, what we're able to do with the AI tools and technology, access to other people's thoughts and other people's ideas. Like if you and I play our cards right, do you realize that we can bring people together like never before in the history of all time? We can create a space where a 12-year-old can come, a safe space where a 12-year-old can come and be inspired, a place where she can connect with others that are going to encourage her to dream and to create and to go out and pour love into the world, right? Like rise, evolve, impact together. Let's continue to do that. Let's go create, like take action on our ideas. And let's get more friends, man. Let's get more friends. Like, I want to give you permission today. Whether you asked for it or not, I'm going to give it to you. I'm going to give you permission today to create something that will pull people together for a positive reason. I do know that my friend Heather Parody, who we've talked about extensively on today's show, if you haven't connected with her, please do. My friend Heather Parody right now, she's doing a challenge where she's helping creatives finish their creations, right? She shared a video. I should have pulled it up. She shared a video of how we have these ideas, right? We have an idea and we start it, but then the knee swells up, and so we put it on the back burner, or something happens in our business, and so we put it on the back burner, or the show gets derailed, and so we put it on the back burner, or we said we were going to do 18 minutes a day, but we kind of dropped it, so we put it on the back burner, right? Like we have an idea, we start it, we set it over here. So Heather's like, no, hold on. Let's all do this together in a community. Let's finish our projects. I'm going to help you. She's like, I'm committed to helping you finish that thing, whatever that thing is that you started and you had the idea, right? And you haven't finished it yet. And so I love that. So connect with Heather on that, please. But the big reminder for today, one idea actualized over time can create something so magnificent, so impactful. And there's never been a better time in human history for us to come together as children of God and find ways to take our hands and our feet and go out and serve, pour into people, lift up, encourage, inspire,
to love on them, man, now's the time. Now is the time. So listen, friends, thank you for running with me this week. It's been a wild week in so many ways. Thanks for running with me this week. I'll be back Monday morning, 5:30 a.m. We'll do this all over again. But I appreciate you being here. I'm going to go hang out in Clubhouse for a little bit. If you want to come join us over in Clubhouse, we'll have a little discussion. You're welcome to do so. So I'm going to go hang out over there for a little bit. But otherwise, if you're catching this on replay, which 95% of you are, if you're catching this on replay, more than 95% really, if you're catching it on replay, have a good time this weekend. And I'll see you on Monday morning, 5:30. #Rise and Grind. Have a great day.
James Allen once said, "The dreamers are the saviors of the world. Without them, the world would stand still." There will be no progress, no innovation, no growth without the dreamers. Without them, who would push the limits of human potential? Who would turn the impossible into the possible? 200 years ago, if I would have told you that a 30-ton metal object could fly from one side of the world to another and land safely, you would call me crazy and say it was a impossibility. But thankfully, Santos Dumont and the Wright brothers didn't think so. And now we have airplanes. What if I told you that I could hold a small object in my hand and have a conversation with a relative that's 5,000 miles away? You would call me insane and probably have me admit it. Well, that's exactly what happened to Alexander Graham Bell, the inventor of the telephone. And now, our lives are better because of it. For the dreamers out there, I beg you, keep dreaming, keep innovating, keep inventing, keep creating. The human race is lost without you. See, we need what you have. The talents, gifts, and abilities that you have were given to you to serve the world. That's why you have them. Give them to us. Use your gifts fearlessly. Inspire endlessly. Create with reckless abandon. The world would be better off because of it. And for those of you who are afraid to dream, I think I know why. You think that if you dream, you might invest all your time, effort, and energy, and at the last moment, realize it was a waste of time. You're wrong. Fear of the unknown is a common roadblock. What you need to know is, once you consciously make a decision, the entire universe jumps on board with you. The universe will guide and steer you to where you need to go. All you need is the silent belief that it is possible. If this is a burning desire in your heart, you will succeed. You have to, because a burning passion always finds itself manifested into physical reality. Unfortunately, you're going to be doubted. You're going to be laughed at. You're going to be misunderstood. All brilliant minds are. But that's okay. Keep going. Sometimes your closest friends and family would doubt you the most. All I'm saying is, don't let them stifle your dreams. They can't see your vision because it wasn't given to them. It was given to you. Visualize your dreams often. Create mental movies about them. Persevere. This might sound harsh, but dream big or don't dream at all. The world is filled with small-minded individuals, scared to stretch out and expand. You are not one of those people. You are a fearless pioneer, blazing uncharted territories. It is your responsibility to bring your dreams from the mental world into the physical world. And by doing so, you will have left the world a little better than when you found it. This is Justin from You Are Creators, and we support your dreams.
Welcome to the Jordan Peterson meets and Nico workout routine. Now, this is really important. You're going to keep that intense look of Jordan Peterson the whole time while you keep the sway of Nico. We're going to touch her chest, but not too much because this is a family-friendly show. So you lift those hands right back up. We're going to have our fingers just kind of pointing, and we're going to be looking around at somebody. We don't know who we're looking at, but go ahead and lift up that leg. Little bit of a bounce, little bit of a bounce. Keep that aggressive look, please. We're going to point our fingers a little bit more, look to our neighbors, and we're about to pick up the pace. Are you ready? We're about to feel the burn. We're going to go up and we're going to come back down. Are you ready? 3, 2, 1, and go. Burn, burn. Keep that intense look. We're going to go back up. Intensity, but smile a little bit because you want people